All right, so today we're going to talk to you guys about the evolution of the human opposable thumb and like any other mutations associated with it. So, according to the Center for Academic Research and Training in Anthropogeny, humans have this opposable thumb and are able to therefore like simultaneously flex, abduct, and immediately rotate such a digit, and so as to bring the tip into opposition with any other digits. That's kind of a definition for the thumb. It's facilitated by a saddle-shaped joint like between the wrist bone, first metacarpal. It allows 45 degrees of rotation about the long axis.
So humans share the thumb with most other old world monkeys and apes, and so humans differ in this due to relatively longer and more distally placed thumbs. Also, humans' thumbs they have larger muscles, and the opposable thumb is one of the most powerful assets for humans due to evolution. Technology and other developments made today would no longer be possible without this trait.
So the first question we ask are there any specific mutations associated with the thumb? And so according to the University of Delaware, we first found the hitchhiker's thumb, which is where the thumb is bent backwards with large angle between the two phalanges. I actually happen to have the disorder. And also, according to Helix at Northwestern, we found there's another disorder called the stubby thumb, where there's a shortened distal phalanx, which is the bone at the tip of the digit, and the last bone, or one or both thumbs, is short and round with a short slash wide nail bed. It's also very common. You've probably seen it. So the next question that we ask is like, what are the general advantages that the thumb gives to humans? And so, according to Smithsonian Magazine, the thumb exhibits a clear evolutionary advantage for humans. And David Carrier at the University of Utah believes that the advantage is due to dexterity and configuration. So the thumb manages to fold over the second and third fingers as a buttress, and it concentrates striking power and protects delicate bones. And another thing about it, grips have strong importance in evolution, and such as the two-finger like precision grip. Other grips include cupping and wraparound. A lot of research available on that, and many processes of humans throughout history wouldn't be possible without those grips. Also, Kemmer of Rice University claims that the thumb enables fine motor skills for humans, and it develops their brain. Um, for thumbs are very essential in like many gestures and tasks of everyday human life.
Many other primates like chimpanzees, bonobos, orangutans, and gorillas all have opposable thumbs. Also, there are primates who don't have opposable thumbs. They have non-opposable thumbs. Like opposable thumbs, non-opposable thumbs are used to grasp objects and peel fruit. Primates can use them to hang onto tree branches by hooking their thumbs onto them. Non-opposable thumbs are obviously less efficient and advantageous than opposable thumbs.
All right, so a question that came out of that was how long historically has the thumb been in existence? So evolution associated with the thumb tends to be associated with the Homo habilis, which is the forerunner of Homo sapiens or humans. And it's the suggested result of evolution from Homo erectus, which was an intermediate anthropoid. So appearance of differentiated the thumb appears in primates about 70 million years ago, and the thumb with proportions similar to that of ours first came to appearance about 5 million years ago. So it's been a whole lot of time, and then Homo sapiens emerged about 200,000 years ago. So there was a whole long period where humans did not exist, but the thumb was still around. But the thumb is still evolved, nevertheless. This is all according to Rice University's Suzanne Kemmer.
So another question we asked is, how has the thumb evolved over time in history? And so according to Rice University, the thumb has lengthened and become fully opposed to fingers, as we stated earlier, and the fingers have shortened. And some of the most important factors leading to the habile hand, as they call it, is the freeing of hands from their walking requirements. So for many apes today, their hands are crucial in walking, as opposed to us, we're bipedal. And then also another contributing factor is the simultaneous development of a larger anthropoid brain in later stages. So another question we asked, this is based off of one of the thumb disorders we mentioned earlier, the hitchhiker's thumb, is the mutative trait of the hitchhiker's thumb a dominant or recessive trait? And so according to the University of Delaware, there's a myth that there's two types. You either have a straight thumb or you have the hitchhiker's thumb, that the trait is controlled by a single gene, two alleles, and it's dominant. The truth is, they don't fall into two discrete categories, and they're not controlled by a single gene. So it's generally recessive, but many genetic factors determine how far the thumb can actually bend. What varies is the magnitude of like the thumb angle.
Yep.
So we asked some more questions about the disorders we mentioned earlier of the stubby thumb and the hitchhiker's thumb. So the first question we asked is, are these thumb disorders more common to certain ethnicities of people? And what we found is there's no definitive data on the influence of geography or ethnicity to these disorders. The only influence we found was genetic. And the other question we asked is there any evolutionary advantage to the disorders mentioned? And there really is no real advantage or disadvantage. And so, if the hitchhiker's thumb or stubby thumb has no benefit or cost, there's no reason for it to increase or decrease in frequency in the population. So overall, the thumb is a very beneficial evolutionary trait that us and many other primates have developed.
And the mutations associated with it aren't necessarily harmful or beneficial. So
That was so cringy.